everyone, welcome to another video of FFL 24/7. Today's video is about another stock analysis, and the stock we are going to be analyzing today is going to be Alibaba stock. So why Alibaba stock? Because there are two very good reasons. One is a financial reason and one is a technical reason, because we are getting the conflicting data from the financial situation of Alibaba and what the technical analysis of the graph is telling us. So this horrible looking mountain that you are seeing is the actual Alibaba chart on the daily scales. But the region I want you guys to focus on is this region starting from October 2020 to date November 2023. And why is this region so important? Because we have seen the peak of Alibaba stock of around $314 in October 2020, which happened during the peak COVID period. And now we have seen that Alibaba stock has bottomed at around $58 mark. So let's zoom in a little bit. I want you guys to focus on this area for a little bit. So we are clearly in a downtrend for Alibaba. So focusing on this region, we are clearly in a downtrend for Baba stock. So if you guys notice, we have not been able to convincingly cross above this downtrend line with a strong volume, and we have been rejected so many times in the past, and we have not been able to break it. And the only region of support that we are seeing is this line around the $78 mark. But again, if you guys zoom in a little bit more, if you see, we did break down below the support level as well just before the earnings, but thankfully earnings came out to be positive. They did do a little bit of surprise revenue. It's not quite a lot compared to the whole revenue that they had, but it is still quite something to consider. And it is slowly trying to get back above this resistance that it broke down below. But if you guys see, we are right at the close of this resistance level, which is around the $78 and $79 mark. So what we ideally want to see is we want to get back at least into this region to regain some stock strength. But if you guys notice, we did do a heavy volume sell-off on the earnings day on 16th of November 2023, and that pushed us way down before this resistance level. So the only bit of hope that I'm seeing is this line, because if we are not able to hold this line, then I can see Alibaba stock hitting a $58 mark again, because there is no level of support in between. If we zoom out a little bit all the way and go back, so this is the actual ultimate bottom that Alibaba has been in the past, around the $58. So this is the historical resistance, and we did see a bounce from that exact level. We did see a strong pushback above all the way up to 120, but then we are seeing a sell-off back down again, and from there we are still making lower highs and lower lows, and this is technically in a clear downtrend area. But that's not all of it, because if you look historically, going back all the way to 2016, we have seen this level acted as a strong resistance at some point, and we eventually break through above it, and from there it was just like a huge bull run for the Baba stock. So again, we are testing this very critical level of 78 again. We need to hold this level for sure and bounce back above. And ideally what we want to see is the break of this red upper trend line, downtrend line that we are seeing. We need to break above this trend line with heavy volume coming in. So that is roughly around the $93 mark. So it will be safe to say if we are able to make it to $95, so that will be the area that we ideally want to break through for a strong bull trend. Like break above the 96 would signal a bullish strength coming back into Baba stock. But first, we obviously have to regain this support of $78. But if you're not able to support it, then it's going to become a strong resistance again. Then what I'm seeing next is getting back down to $58. But so that was just the bearish news, but I want to give you guys two good news as well. But financial data and some of the other indicators are telling us something otherwise. So there, if you guys have followed the news, there have been some strong development happen in the news, because US has had a very good visit from the Chinese president, and China has clearly stated that they do not want to participate in any further wars or any ongoing wars, and they want to have a cordial and a competitive relation with United States of America. So that is obviously a very positive news for all the Chinese stock, including Alibaba. So we are getting the positive news, and if you guys notice at the bottom, what we have is they have announced a dividend of almost $98 annual dividend. So they haven't done this in a recent past, and actually if you go all the way back, I don't see historically any dividend they have announced. So obviously if a company is announcing dividend and giving back to the shareholders, that is definitely a very positive sign that the company is doing very well financially. And to back up the financials, we obviously have earnings report, and they are saying that they have a record amount of cash in hand in stock, and they are planning to do buyback of their stock of about $13 billion of a dry powder that they still have, and they still haven't used for the buybacks yet. So that is again a very bullish and positive sign that the company is doing financially very well. And again, that's not all. Alibaba chairman, he has also stated that Alibaba has never been in a better financial position to invest for the growth of our business. So the company is saying a lot of good stuff about their financial situations, but obviously their technicals are not looking good. So the reason could possibly be because there were a lot of uncertainty between the relations of China and United States. So obviously Chinese stocks were getting beaten down a lot. So there is a possibility that we might be bottoming around this area. So what is going to be critical for us to watch is the $78 mark. We have to 100% hold this level. So if the financials and what we are getting from the news is all making sense, so then I will be very confident we should be closing back above this level of $78 and slowly make our way back up, and eventually we have to break this downtrend line. That will be the ultimate bullish sign to go long on Alibaba. So not just now. So right now it is still a waiting game. But if you maybe want to build a small position in Alibaba, but I would advise maybe wait for this a level of $78 to regain as a support. So that was all about a quick update for Alibaba, guys. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.